Hello Aries, so I'm going to be doing your August reading, and I'm also going to be doing your full moon reading for the Sturgeon Moon, which is on August 3rd. The full moon's also going to be in Aquarius, so it kind of makes sense that at this point it's time to think about how you're harvesting and how to use what you're um, gaining during this time. Especially based on the seeds you planted in the prior season. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from my Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and then I'll be pulling 2 cards for the full moon on my top deck. So the 3 cards are for the month, 2 cards are for the full moon. Sorry about that. Okay, first card I pulled is the King of Cups. Are you guys, having a lot of control of your emotions lately? I know y'all, like I said, I feel like my last reading for you guys was to watch what you say, because you might not get your friend back depending on how you say things. I feel like that was the last reading I gave you guys. But I think at this point you guys have had a lot more control over your emotions, trust in your intuition, and have probably gained a few psychic abilities. But yeah, it's a time for you guys to enjoy being a lot more extroverted. It's a fire sign season. Turn up. Also, just start embracing those feelings again so that you can use your judgment instead of letting them control your judgment. With the 5 of Swords as your focus card, I think it's time to start tackling any complications you have when it comes to communicating certain thoughts. So if you've been controlling your emotions and that's been helping you not react a certain way, then it's a time to start using that energy inward towards yourself, and how and restructuring how you communicate the thoughts that you have, so that it doesn't cause another conflict within yourself. With the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, this is a card about being like charitable and stuff, or like nurturing your resources, or like giving what you have. But I think it's time to not be so charitable. I think so, especially if you're controlling your emotions, controlling your thoughts. I think it's time to be a little bit more frugal with how much you're giving when it comes to these thoughts, when it comes to these emotions, or not the emotions, you kind of settled that already. But yeah, especially when you're going through a time that you're trying to learn how to communicate, maybe reserve yourself from communicating so much at first, so you can work it out within yourself. The two cards that I pulled for the full moon was the 3 of Swords reversed, and this says sorrow at the bottom. The 3 of Swords is really about kind of like expressing. It's another card about expressing these thoughts that you have. If you can't say it one way, then be creative and figure out another way to express yourself. But sometimes you don't have to be a completely open book. There's ways to say things without saying things. But it being reversed makes me feel like it's not that time to like completely be super social. Just keep interactions limited until you have it all under control. And with the moon card in reverse, I think this is a card of like this is a card of having repressed emotions and kind of like inner confusion. And so releasing, this is a card about releasing that fear so that you can move forward and begin to express those repressed emotions. And like I said, this might come out wrong if you try to translate that to someone else, but to take that time and communicate those things within yourself so that you know how to put that energy outward into the universe. So Aries, I hope it's helpful. I hope that those readings were helpful for you, as far as understanding what the month of August has in store for you, and what the full moon also has in store for you. So, like I said, keep watching what you say. now, in now it's time to evolve how when you would say something becomes not even the way you don't even have to think about it. It's not a forced thing, because you're not even thinking that way anymore. So if it was like negative because you're nitpicky or something like that, then it's time to change that way of thinking so you're a lot more relaxed and like those things don't even bring emotions out of you anymore. Okay, good luck.